We're rocking and rolling. Just posted some videos. I posted my rare earths minerals video. I don't gatekeep, so I figured I'd go ahead and post that video about those stocks. Some of these tickers, now this morning we had about 120, 130 on there this morning talking about these stocks. But these rare earth mineral stocks, I got some on lock here. I'm going to tell you how you're going to have to buy them. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy some of these on Monday. Now, don't buy any of these rare earth stocks because I did. Some of these are real risky. Some of them are already way up for the year. But if you get word anyone starts investing in these bad boys, I mean, we're talking 200, 300, 500% returns. Okay, let's lock in. Let's check let's see. Should I sell BURB? I'm holding my Nibiru. I got ripped apart Friday. Harleen, are we back Monday? The hearts are already hearting. Okay, so I flew in. I made a quick video because I was trying to do some research here. Let's see what's going on. And so there was a lot of people missed this, okay? If I can find this article again. Is this the article? I'm gonna find this article for you because a lot of people were commenting they couldn't find what I was talking about because this was not a full-on interview. Does that make sense? Okay, so here we go. This wasn't a full-on interview. That's where people were confused. The video's got like 100,000 views in 24 hours. And people are like, I don't see that interview. You're making this up. Why would I make this up? We're here as a community. So I posted this. Now, there wasn't a full retraction of his statements, okay? As you guys know, on Truth Social, which I'm not on, because they're sending smoke signals and faxes to their friends to be like, yo, sell the stock, put it short everything, sell what you got. And then we get a post on Truth Social, and then next thing you know, the whole market just tanked. So the article, I'm trying to see if I can find the Truth Social post. I thought it was in this article. There was an article in Newsweek about this. And the part that I was talking about, to make sure it's clear, the part I was talking about was, this might even be the clip. Maybe I can play this. Let me know if you can hear this in the background.
No, I haven't. So, but I don't know that we're going to have it. But I'm going to be there regardless, so I would assume we might have it. But, you know, they hit the world with something that really is not anything that people are going to do. And it's...
So what I'm saying here is, at first, and it was in that Truth Social post, it was, I'm not meeting with this guy, okay? We're not having a meeting. Everything's canceled. And then this was the meeting Friday night in the White House about the bringing costs of the drugs down, which is good. That's good news, okay? And then they asked him, do you plan on still having this meeting? And that's where he's like, well, we're going to both be there, maybe have a meeting. That was us talking about. I didn't say anything about the tariffs, but that is still a little backtrack. So that's what we got there. I want to make sure that it's very clear. There is a slight backtrack in the comments. The tariffs, 100%, like it's going to literally, they're going to have to figure it out because it's going to crush the whole entire economy 1,000%. Like everybody's small business is going to get ruined. A lot of people still asking about ticker BURU. Interesting. It was up on Friday, which was a down day. I'm still holding my shares. They supposedly have some business meetings coming up, so we're hoping for the best. Now, I just posted a video about rare earth metals. If anyone is interested in rare earth metals, I posted a video. It's the top 4, but I snuck a 5th in at the end. Okay, so I have 5 stocks that you got to do your own research on, and I have the stock tickers. Now, here's the thing. Some of these you're going to have to try to find on the OTC, okay? Not all of them are going to be, and it depends on what country you're in. I have a lot of followers and a lot of viewers from all sorts of different countries. They might be able to get onto these stocks. Some of these stocks are looking pretty, so some of these are on the Australian exchange. So if you're in Australia, you're probably looking good. And then some of these you can get on the OTC. So if your platform gets you on the Australian exchange, you're going to be minty with these. All these are on the damn Australian exchange. I got to see, there's only one that I'm 100% positive that is on the OTC, and that's Linus Rare Earths, ticker LYSDY. That's ticker LSYDY. Okay, just wanted to look at. You guys can go watch the video. I don't need to talk about it too much here. Opendoor. I'm going to do an Opendoor video tomorrow. Haven't had a chance to talk about Opendoor. Opendoor has, the news is calm. The news is calming on Opendoor. Rich Tech. Opendoor was, the news was just everyone writing about them every single day. Opendoor's news has calmed down. Opendoor's cooling off a little bit. We're in a little bit of cooling period right here. Rare earth minerals videos. Let's make sure we're following that. That would be great. Calvin, just want to remind you, the stock market is open Monday. There was also a lot of confusion about that. I am aware that the United States has a holiday, Columbus Day, on Monday. The bond market is closed. The stock market is open, okay? The bond market is closed. Let's see, now is the time to buy speculative trash. It might be. I mean, a lot of things got absolutely crushed. Am I just good to hold or buy in order to recover? Opendoor, I think, unless Opendoor comes out with some news, some strategic news, what's the reason why it would go up? Okay, this was a 75-cent stock. You know, I'm going to continue to buy a little bit more here and there as I can. But overall, it was just a 75-cent stock. So it's going to look much better next year. It's going to be a little bit of a rough patch. Best stock to go on a 30% rally. Man, come on. Nobody's going to be able to answer that for you. No one's going to be able to answer that for you. Nobody knows. No one can tell the future. Let's see. So Opendoor, I think we're cooked for the rest of the year. You can probably dollar cost average if you're still in love with the company. Webull is not the same. Webull has, a lot of people talk about Webull. I'm just not a fan of the stock, okay? That's just me. If you invest in Webull, look, good for you. That's good. Webull, I think, is cooked as far as a company relative to like a Robinhood or a SoFi. I would much rather put my money in SoFi than Webull. Do your own research, but overall, I think SoFi is a much stronger player, and that's why I am continuing to buy SoFi. I still have to buy about 275 shares. When SoFi went down, I was like, go down, SoFi. Go down on Friday, SoFi. I'm going to buy you up at 26.18. 26.18. I don't like to do stock predictions, but at some point in the next year or two, I think this will be a $50 stock. I think in the next 5 years, this could be a $100 stock. And once it starts slowing down some of its growth, if it started paying a dividend, even if it was, let's just say it's a $100 stock in, say, 5 years, and it starts paying a 2% dividend, that's $2 a share, okay? At $2 a share, if you're buying it at $26 right now, that's like a 9% yield on cost that you're getting on SoFi. That's 5 years out. And some people are like, why the heck are you talking about 5 years out? You got to be planning for the future and later, okay? Let's see. A lot of people are talking about Plug Power. Let's see. I think overall Plug Power it's obviously had a little bit of a run up. The last 5 days, it's definitely been struggling, down 24%. That we're talking about Plug Power, ticker PLUG. But in the last month, it's up 126%. So even though it's down in the last 5 days, it's still up 126. The sentiment for, okay, so let's talk about EVs real quick. It was hot in the United States. Let's just think about this. All right, EVs in the US, it's not as popular as it used to be. Okay, we can agree on that. We got some issues with Tesla and some other stuff. But there could be this new saving grace. Jeff Bezos, what's that car company Jeff Bezos is starting, the EV car company? He's starting this EV car company called Slate Auto. Now, has anybody seen the Slate Auto? It's a very neat concept. This truck can be anything, even an SUV. It's kind of this modular build of a truck, okay? I think it's all privately funded. And I think this might bring some excitement to the EVs in the US. This is going to bring some excitement. So, and that's good for Plug Power. I'm looking at Plug Power right here, okay? That could be for Plug Power. Is crypto going up on Monday? You can look at crypto right now. Crypto has just been on an absolute, just not pretty looking. Maybe it went back up since I last looked. Oof. Then look, when I see crypto, oof, that's what I'm looking at, okay? Everything is getting cooked out here. Bitcoin is probably taking the least of the hit because that's the most stable. Ether down 6.5%. Solana down 15%. Dogecoin down 20%. XRP down 12%. Harleen, I don't mess with crypto either. It's just not my thing. Okay, let's get back to some stocks. Okay, start putting the tickers in the chat. We're going to look at RR, Rich Tech Robotics. Okay, we talked about it this morning. And let's see. So Rich Tech Robotics, I don't know. The robot stocks are heating up. There's no doubt about that. I have a couple videos on my channel that I talk about the robotic stocks. This one's been heating up. Still, we have a revenue issue relative to market cap. The market cap's almost at $1 billion. I know they have some contracts out there. I think McDonald's was mentioned, and they have some deals with NVIDIA and other stuff. I know we have this, and that's great, but we also need to see some real revenue, because I think last time I checked, the revenue for this company in a year was $5 million. You have a $5 million revenue, but you're valued at $1 billion. Now, I know you're thinking, well, in the future, they could have... In the future, they could mess things up too. Let's see. Hey, Mikey, do we keep YYAI? I bought 20,000 shares. I'm holding my YYAI. Let me see. What happened on Friday with YY? Down 10%. Honestly, it could have been a lot worse on Friday. I'm still holding my YYAI. I don't know where this one's going to go. It's been a little bit more quiet, but we don't know where this thing's going to go. I'm still holding my shares. I'm not worried about it. Anytime I feel worried about a stock, I dump it. I'm like, I'm out. Unless I get blindsided like that by Truth Social posts. I'm like, can you give me a heads up? I would have just sold my whole portfolio and just would have been fine. I would have cashed out. Let's see. Everybody loves NAK. Another mineral stock. Let's see. BURU, I'm holding. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm holding. DHAI. That's a ticker. I don't know if I've ever heard of DHAI. What is this one? DIH Holdings US, this company with a $9 million market cap. This thing is tiny. This thing is heavy risk. This thing has gone down the tubes down to 19 cents. Virtual reality stocks worth watching October 9th. Okay, so here's a big thing. The stock that you just said, which is ticker DHAI, it is facing a NASDAQ delisting threat, which means this thing's either going to have to pump over $1 and be over $1 for a little bit, or they're going to do a reverse split from hell to get the share price up. They're probably going to have to do like a 50 or 100 to 1 reverse stock split. Whenever reverse stock splits happen, it's not pretty. I would probably have to stay away from this one. But you can go for it. It's risky. It might be good for you. But anytime I hear reverse stock split, I get worried. Ticker NXL, Nexalin Technology. I'm looking at ticker NXL. Had a little pop the other day. A little pop, down 15%, but man, it had a big pop. The thing was 94 cents, jumped up to wow. Nexalin Technology. Hey man, I want to understand the logic about why you bought YYAI because other traders are avoiding. Red Panda, I told people not to buy YYAI. I felt like there was enough chatter and other stuff about it that maybe we could make a quick 10, 20, 30, 40%. And it was one of those ones like, this is really risky. Kind of like ticker BURU. I just kind of had a feeling. I said, hey, let's give it a try. I'll get in and out of stocks, and if I lose some, I lose some. So that's why I always say, guys, this stock is risky. Do not buy this. Do not follow what I'm doing here because it is going to be really tough. LAR, Lithium, Argentina. Got my eye on it. Brandon, what tickers is that? LAR is the ticker. A lot of these stocks are getting interesting. Lithium, Argentina, ticker LAR. I'm telling you, these miners are gonna be working overtime. Do you think YYAI is gonna go up, bro? I'm still holding my YYAI. I have no idea if it's gonna go up. I don't know if it could just tank again, but at this level, I'm just going to continue to hold it for a little bit and see what happens. The company is tiny. The company is tiny, but it was sitting at 90 cents for a while, and it's doing a lot of movement inside the company. So YYAI definitely they're trying to make some changes. They changed the name of it, and so hopefully they get some positive news and a little bit more interest in this. Okay, so let's see, NUAI. Wait, was that NUAI? Shoot. Let's see, NUAI. Yeah, NUAI. Let me check out NUAI. Who is that? Blake Walker, NUAI stock. New Air Energy and Digital. Is that like there's another one, I think NEE, that's similar. The name is this. Let's see, New Era, 67 million. Okay. This thing has just, man, this thing fell off a cliff, didn't it? A year ago, this was a $12 stock. Now we're looking at $2.60. What's going on with this? Let's see here. New Era Energy Digital C shares. I'm just a little bit, NUI stock skyrockets, tiny data center hype surges 84%. Okay, so like 5 days ago, so it's up like 50% in 5 days. A lot of hype, 356% in a month. Man, we got to be careful with some of these stocks, guys. Just remember, if you're buying any of these stocks that are just ripping like this, just be careful. It could be dangerous. Do you think the market will drop further on Monday? What do you guys think? Let me see in the comments. Do you think the market's going up or down? You can just comment up or down on Monday. So on Monday, which there's a lot of confusion, the stock market is open on Monday. You can just comment up, down, up, down, up, down. So we got one up, we got a down, level off, definitely down. Oh my God, up, down another 2 weeks. It might be time to buy. Okay, so it's pretty mixed. We got some ups. It'll bounce down eventually. It always does. It will recover slowly. I'm down 20K. There's people down 2K, 20K, and 200K. So we're going to have to see. Monday is a holiday. It's closed. Lisa, that is incorrect news. The stock market is open. Let's see. We think we have a rate cut. We're probably still going to have a rate cut. I think they said they plan on having probably another quarter point, kind of soften things a little bit. But what we don't need is 100% tariffs. Like if we have another 100% tariffs, the country's cooked. Like it's just already the farming's messed up. You guys, if you read about the farming, that's a disaster. What are we bailing out farmers now? That was a big mess up. I don't know what's going on. I'm not an economist. I just try to keep up with the little things, but it is what it is. UNH, good long term. So yeah, I'm have my shares. It got hit a little bit on Friday. United Health. Let's see, 354. UNH was having its heyday up in the 370s. Now it's back down to 354. You can lock in about a 2.5% yield at these prices, which is pretty good. You lost faith in Open. Okay, so we have people losing faith in Opendoor. I'm just reading the comments. Kraken Robotic will become substantial. A lot of people talk about Kraken Robotics. You can let the people that aren't following me for whatever reason know. Cesar Martinez, what's going on? What you think of YYAI? We were just talking about that. It's been hit a little bit. I'm definitely down on that, but we're going to see what happens, right? AVGO, Broadcom. I think Broadcom's, it's still got a ways to go. It's still got a pretty good runway, and I'm pretty excited to have Broadcom in one of my favorite growth ETFs, ticker SCHG. Meta literally is a money printing machine. They are a money printing machine. It's crazy. T-Mobile, my only green holding right now. Actually, I'm surprised T-Mobile was even up. Let's see, Hive, NAC, a lot of hype around ticker NAK. Microsoft or Google. Ooh, that's a tough one right there. I was going to say Google. I'd maybe go Google. That's a tough one. Microsoft or Google. Oh my God. Let's see. APLD. Microsoft or Google. That's a good one. But if you put Microsoft, Google, or Amazon, that would be even a tougher choice. Or once again, you could buy ticker SCHG, which is one of my favorite ETFs, which have the top 10 holdings are Microsoft, both Googles, Amazon, Meta, a lot of what we just talked here right now. NVIDIA, I think Visa, a lot of good stocks. Okay, let's see. It froze. No, I was saying Meta's a money printing machine. Applied Digital Corp, ticker APLD. Talk about when everything was down, guys. APLD was up 16%. That's crazy. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think about this? You have a market that's just down like crazy on Friday. And there were definitely certain stocks that were still up for the day. My confidence level, it could be wrong, but my confidence level for that is pretty strong. By the way, you guys are killing it. We're rocking. We're talking stocks on a Saturday night because we have a lot of market uncertainty right now, okay? There is a lot of market uncertainty. By the way, if you haven't seen it, I still have it before I get off here. Check out Slate Auto. So Slate Auto is the car. I think Jeff Bezos is an investor in it. It's actually a really cool concept that I think is going to bring back some excitement to EVs here in the United States. So I do think EVs would be good. Let's see. Yes, I'm still holding BURU. BLNK. Slate built in India. Is it built in India? Interesting. Is Slate public? It's not public. It's not publicly traded as of yet, but it's like a module kind of truck, EV truck concept. It's just different. I like something different. Now, this is definitely not something that has a long range or anything like that. I think the battery technology is still changing a lot. By the way, has anybody heard of solid state salt batteries? Solid state salt battery. Okay, so just take note of this. You heard it here first. Okay, new solid state sodium batteries enable lower cost. This is something that they've been working on. So it's a solid state sodium battery. I think it could be something. There's advantages and challenges to it. A little bit of news. It's something kind of interesting. Let's see what other comments we have. I bought Booer at 50 cents. Is it high to jump in? You know, I'm in Booer really low at like 28 cents. I almost doubled down on Booer at 22 cents, and I really wish I freaking did because that would have been amazing. I think we're okay. I'm okay with Booer at the price. I could have sold, and that would have been fine, but I'm still holding that stock. Hold on, I'm checking this here. Okay, so what else have we got? Booer to 2. It might. Like, Booer could be one of those things where it just absolutely rips with some good news. They have that conference coming up. I think it's next week. You guys can correct me in the comments. And I think the U.S. Department of Defense is there or something. Those guys are just handing out checks. I mean, they just handing out checks these days. So it is what it is. Amazon, honestly, I've seen a lot of people do like a all in on Amazon, diving in about the value of it. Amazon might be something that could be really good right now. So Amazon could be, I think Amazon's a solid play. I have it in my ETF SCHG. Have you heard of Galaxy or Galaxy, GLXY? I don't know if we've talked about GLXY. Galaxy Digital, what is this? $15 billion. $460 million strategic and leading asset management firm. I don't know anything about Galaxy. What do you like about it? Is this, I don't even know if this company is profitable. We're looking at ticker GLXY for anyone that's writing down tickers and whatnots over here. This one's had a good year, up 184%. We need a retraction in the market, guys. When we're doing this together, all these stocks I'm looking at is up like 100, 150%, like almost everything. Not Lululemon though. But basically all these stocks are up so much. And I'm like, how is this sustainable? Lululemon is just still in the gutter, guys. If you bought Lululemon 5 years ago, you'd be down 50%. Imagine holding Lululemon for 5 years, having a bunch of money tied in there, being down 50% while we're talking about all these other stocks that have been up 100, 200% in the last year. I'd be so annoyed. It is what it is. UNH, definitely we are long on UNH. Can you check SoFi? I don't need to check SoFi. SoFi is my stock, okay? I'm not buying a lot of individual stocks right now, but SoFi is definitely one of them. So SoFi is fantastic, and it's pretty good. That one's pretty good. Lulu and Adobe are terrible. Yeah, you have Figma now. Adobe's trying to keep up. There's so many online services like Canva. UNH is an awesome investment. Long-term, 100%. Yeah, long-term, I think you're good. Crocs, C-R-O-C. Now, here's the thing about Crocs. Crocs is crushing on TikTok Shop. They are doing a good job. They are live all the time. The brand awareness for Crocs, they are doing it right. I'm trying to get to that level with my brands where we're live so much. Crocs is just absolutely killing it. And let's see, they have their earnings call coming up, or did they already announce it? October. Okay, so they have their earnings coming up in a couple weeks, 3 weeks. Be a little bit cautious of that. Okay, you got Crocs coming up here. They're such a choppy stock, but the last year they have not done well. 5 years, okay. Thoughts on BBAI? I'm just not a fan of BBAI. I think it's just a lot of hype for me with that one. We've talked about BBAI on here for months, and I just haven't really got into it. When they came out with their earnings and it went down like under 5, maybe about 3 weeks ago, I almost bought some, and I really wish I did because I would have made 20% in like 2 days. Yeah, DEFT, DEFT. This is a popular one people ask about all the time. DeFi Technologies. You know, that thing got hit pretty hard on Friday. Over the last year, it's now even. I'm like, man, we'll see. We'll see. I might just do it to help them out, right? Just as an entrepreneur myself, I know how hard it is to get your apps and other information out there. But it's tough, guys. It's tough. Airship AI. You guys love Palantir too. Palantir, recent news about, and it got crushed a little bit, the recent news about how like you could get into their system and it connected all the vehicles and everything together and you could like hack in. I'm like, why did you guys release anything like that beforehand? Let's see, Airship AI. I don't know if we've looked at this one. Maybe we've looked at this one. Once again, up 123%. And like literally, guys, if you were not or are not investing your money at this point with if you have not in the last year, you're going to be so left behind in life because everyone has been investing, has been making pretty freaking good money. Galaxy is the next hood. Are you sure about that? We just talked about another look at this thing. I don't know. The next hood that's tough. Ticker NAK. I know you guys love NAK. Everyone loves talking about Northern Dynasty Minerals. Look, a lot of these mineral stocks are going to be hitting hard, okay? We're going to have to secure some assets in some of these minerals in different places because obviously the U.S. is getting cut off and Donnie's not happy about that. Honestly, this becomes a national security issue. There is no joking around with this, to not have control over some of this stuff. So for the fact that we need to start getting control with some of the mines. I just posted a video about some of these rare earth minerals. Australia's got a lot going on with that. The US better become good friends with Australia. I'm afraid of Monday. Monday's gonna be wild. I might have to go live Monday morning at open. I usually go live at the close of the day, but I might have to go live at the open just to kind of see, maybe around like 9 a.m. Hims and Hers, this thing has been interesting. So they're trying to really, I like what they're doing. I really like what Hims and Hers are doing. And I think that this is going to continue to be a cutting edge technology for like health. And I think we need to start breaking the barriers in health now that we have AI and other ways of doing stuff, doing more with stem cells and doing more with mRNA, with different vaccines for cancers and stuff. So anyone that's pushing on that, I definitely think it's pretty exciting. CLOV, AAC, CLOV stock. Clover Health. Man, this thing's been just crushed. The question is Clover Health going to make a comeback? Because over the last year, over the last 1 year, over the last 5 years, this company's been absolutely crushed. I have to have so huge orange. Clover Health, just $1 billion, but it just doesn't look good. I don't know. It's got a horrible rating. I would be really careful getting into Clover Health, even though it's $2.50 a share. I think it's a lot of hype. That company's kind of done. 2x hedges on Monday. Look, I don't do any hedges on any of my investments other than real estate stuff, okay? I did see RZLV. I used to buy that stock. I have a video where I bought RZLV for like $3. I was like, don't buy the stock because I did. But I did buy a bunch of RZLV. I made pretty good money on it. And it's not had a good 5 days. Let me put it that way. Now, if RZLV continues to get deals, okay, if it continues to get deals, they just acquired a company called SmartPay and Subsquid, which this is new. I didn't even see this news. Resolve AI confirms minimal dilution from foundational acquisition. So they had a little bit of a dilution of their shares probably to be able to make this purchase, which is fine if this thing can make them money. The problem is so many of this AI stuff. Ella, Monday is a holiday, but stock market is open. I want to make sure everybody knows the stock market is open Monday. 100% positive of that, by the way. The King Grab, oh my God, is Grab. I've been trying to buy, even if I can get 100 shares of Grab. I love Grab so much. Look at Grab, under $6 a share. What are you buying on Monday? I might buy some of these risky stocks that I posted the video, the rare earth mineral stocks. I need to see how I can get some of these off of the Australian Stock Exchange, which is kind of a pain. Veritas Mining, Arafura, Rare Earth Metals, they're all on the ASX, like all of these things. I need to find some better rare earth mineral stocks that are not on the ASX, because that's driving me crazy. FYI, I learned when banks are closed, you can't instant cash your account on that day, just sharing. This is true. Brokerages, like if I transfer stuff, it'll be there, like they kind of know that it's coming, and they'll have it. But yeah, it depends on how much you have in your account and probably your account history. What up, B Turners? What's going on? APLD, you guys love. I'm Australian. Will the drop? Oh, Sunny Zen, are you, real quick, Sunny Zen, are you able, since you're Australian and maybe you're in Australia, are you able to check out or are you able to buy on the ASX? Do you have access to ASX? Let me see. Plug is good at the moment. Let me see here. Who? APLD. APLD. Let's see. Yeah, Applied Digital. Yeah, I think we talked about this one. A lot of hype behind these things. This thing's up 366% in a year. Yes, we do. We can buy on the US stocks. We can buy the US stocks. So Sunny Zen, I just posted a video about rare earth minerals. Take a look at it. I'm not saying invest in any of those. You got to do your own research, but there's definitely some interesting plays that you might be interested in if the US starts buying from other countries, some of the rare earth minerals. So I shouldn't dump Plug. A lot of people like Plug. That's tough. I've had that once share Plug from when I signed up for Robinhood for so long. Is this company going to actually make money? Who knows with this thing? Let's see. HSBC lifts Plug power price target amid clean tech optimism. Is there optimism for clean tech in the U.S.? I thought everyone in the U.S. forgot about this already. Real quick, guys, 106, welcome here. Make sure you give me the quick follow here so we can stay in touch. YDDL. What is this one? This is going to be some tiny company, I feel like. 1&1 Green Technologies. Oh, not too small. 357 market cap. This one was up on Friday. Must have good news. Let's see. YDDL stock soars over 200% pre-market after NASDAQ debut. Retail gets buzzing. The Philippines-based company raised $10 million in its IPO, a Philippines company. Recycling stock mania, 1&1 Green. Let's see. BURU, we talk about it all the time. I don't want that. I don't like crypto. But a lot of people do like crypto. XRP is going to, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to find some new stocks that we haven't talked about. So it's not the Open, it's not the NAK, it's not the, the PLUG. All rare earth stocks are skyrocketed at ASX since they have the U.S. versus China trade war heated up. This is true, and I just posted some more, and I'm like, how can I get in those? LiDAR, KLAR. I don't know if I've seen that one before. KLAR. What do we got? Klarna. I got Klarna. Klarna's okay. Klarna had their IPO. Let's see how they've done since their IPO. Got part of the. They came out hot, $46. It's doing okay. The younger generation, the good thing about Klarna is this. The younger generation, they're not into credit cards as much as, kind of my generation, and they love this pay in four, okay? So the pay in four works out good for them, but they do have some competition. So you have Klarna, you have Afterpay, you have Shop Pay installments. I think PayPal now has their pay in four, Apple has their pay in four. A lot of people have moved to this pay in four system, which is okay for people. What ASX mining company do you recommend? I do not recommend any stocks to anyone, and you should never take a recommendation from anyone on any social media platform. But if you would like to research a few, if you check out my last video, I did name 5 different stocks that are on the ASX, and some people can get them, some people don't. One of them is on the OTC, and so that is one. It's ticker LYSDY. So if you look up LYSDY, that's the first one in the video. So Linus Rare Earths, it's been only 166%. Is that where we are in these days, where a stock's only up 166%? Anyways, so we have that stock, and it's only up 166%. It's near its 52-week high. The 52-week low was $3.79. It's sitting at 14 That one might just pick up some on Monday. This rare earth thing is going to heat up, so it's going to be interesting. What else have we got? Gold-based stocks keep climbing. I don't invest in gold. It is what it is. I don't really invest in gold. Rare earth small cap should explode this week with retail investors for a nice rug pull. Pretty much. CCCX, Churchill Capital. So at least they're profitable or somewhat. It's a SPAC, Churchill Capital on this retail radar yet again. Okay, the retailers have been really kind of coming through with a lot of these stocks. The retailers got some power here. So I don't know about Churchill Capital. What do you like about it other than it's up 118% in the last month? Can someone find a stock that is not up 100% this year? Like everything up 100%? This is just crazy. Xena Tech. That one was up Friday, which is rare. Once again, 142% in a year. Guys, did everyone just absolutely make a fortune this year? Or am I just crazy as far as a lot of these individual stocks? I mean, this is just crazy. We pay ETF paying that dividend. We pay ETF. Which ones we pay? We pay ETF. Let's see. Weekly. Is this a Roundhill? Okay, so a Roundhill. I like some of the Roundhill ETFs. Not in love with them. I do like some of my covered call ETFs. JEPI, JEPQ. I have QYLD. I don't love it. QQQI. I have a lot of covered call ETFs for the dividends. Let's see here. QBTS. D-Wave Quantum. These quantum stocks, I'm scared to see the 1 year on this. D-Wave Quantum's up 3,304% in the last year. I mean, this thing's an $11 billion company. So the question is, when is this thing making money? There's going to be a come to Jesus with some of this at some point. Let's see. We're in a bigger bubble than the dot-com in 2008. The Buffett indicator is 220%. It's at some point, I would be very cautious. I don't know when this is. It could be another year, 2 years from now, because none of us really know. But you got to be really careful on these unless they start making like a lot of money. Because at some point, everyone's going to be like, wait a second, we've been hyping these stocks up for so long and it still hasn't made revenue. Like it has the revenue, but it's not making the profits, right? So that's where I get a little bit concerned with some of these stocks, right? I lived through the 1999, 2000 dot-com bust. I lived through the 2008, 2009. These were not good times if you were not in good stocks, honestly. Like, so you guys got to just remember, history repeats itself. It's just usually, the story is just a little bit different. The story this time is going to be some of this quantum computing, AI, this, that, the other. Some of them are going to make it, some aren't. And if you got in at that percentage, you're probably looking pretty good. Like imagine being up 3,000% and you invested $10,000. Like you're in such good shape. It's pretty much crazy. UAMY. Let's look at UAMY. You guys writing these down? UAMY, United States Antimony Corp. Let's see. What does this even do? 166% in a month. Let's see. It has financing. I'm scared to check the 1 year. 1,600%. Like when in history was all these stocks up 1,000%, guys? When in history? When in history is this? If I only knew. Thank you very much. If I only knew. DDOG. I just can't with some of these stocks. Datadog, 1 year. Only 22%. Like this is just crazy to me. The stock market, I'm definitely getting a little concerned. I'm still going to continue to invest every week, but I am going to proceed with caution. Okay. The triple leverage QQQ, if the market's still tanking, there's the leverage, so it's short as well. Let's see. Let me know, what do you guys think? Monday. What are you guys thinking for Monday? How are we feeling about Monday? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about Monday? Monday, we're going to be open. Stocks are going to be either going back up, or we're going to see some news beforehand, or is it just going to be an absolute, is it going to just be messy on Monday? No bueno, closed. It's not closed on Monday. Monday, the stock market is open. Monday is scary, bro. I know. Fall more. There's got to be a catalyst for this to go back up, right? So like we got to think, well, what's the news going to be that this is going to go back up? So I guess we're going to probably see, maybe we won't see any news by then. It's going to be messy, guys. I don't know. I don't know what I think for Monday. I have no idea, but it's going to be messy. Let's see, TQQQ. Yes, I see the ProShares Ultra QQQ. It's been absolutely ripping for the last 6 months. If you bought 6 months ago, you're up 100% and you're looking good. Now, Cipher Mining, CIFR, all these mining stocks are looking good, but they have to start making money, guys. They're going to have to start making some money. Thoughts on buying TQQQ now? That's a risky buy right now. Risky with this market. We don't know where it's going to go with those super leveraged QQQ stocks. Maybe in the long term, probably okay, but short term, I'd be careful if we have a retraction like we did in April. April, a lot of people were worried, but we'll see. Up on money, hedge fund and ASW back in, hold and buy, institutions pulled out. How about oil and gas? Gas has just been, look, oil, let's see where oil is. It was under $60 a barrel. When oil's under $60 a barrel, that's wild. Oil's sitting at $58.24. This is going to crush companies like Russia that are so reliant on oil to fund the war. At $58, it's going to be really crucial out here. But in the US, gas prices are going to be on the cheap. I'll tell you that at some point, we hope. Ferrari, this is the problem with Ferrari. The thing about Ferrari is there was like this allure of getting one of these really special Ferraris that is like super hard to get. And I think it was the SF90 that didn't do really well, even though it was a limited run. And a lot of people are like, wait a second, is this run, the exclusivity of this, are we cooked now with Ferrari, right? And I don't know, I'd have to ask some of my car friends. They would probably know better than me. But overall, the company makes beautiful cars, but I also think if we're going to head into a recession next year, who knows? We might be in one right now. Generally, people might stop spending as much on some of these cars, but who really knows? Let's see how's Ferrari been for the last year. For last year, only it's down 15%. The last 5 years, it looks great. Ferrari's at 116%. So they've done a great job over the last 5 years, but I think the last year they've kind of fizzled out a little bit, struggle. Let's see here, VG, ticker VG, where are we at? 10 o'clock. Venture Global, yeah, this thing got crushed. VG got crushed on Friday. Now here's the thing, sometimes stocks like Harry wanted us to look at VG. VG got crushed 25% on Friday. These are the kind of stocks that could potentially swing back really hot and heavy on when the market comes back, okay? They do pay a small little dividend, right? For the last year, they're still down 60%. This has been a really tough year for this company. Finally found a stock that hasn't done well. All these other stocks, guys, were up like 100%. It's crazy. I'm not in Poet. A lot of people keep asking about Poet. I get the messages. I see your messages. Bro, you got to buy Poet. Do we? Do I need another AI stock right now? If I bought it, I should have bought it a month ago and I would have been up 100%. Guys, we're looking at 10 o'clock Eastern time, okay? Now, I don't want to be too crazy. I can't be on here too much. We are going to be checking back in. I'm going to have coffee with you guys in about 10 hours from now or so. I'm going to get back on here. We did a nice strong hour. I posted like a bunch of videos today. Make sure you go check those out. If you're interested in rare earth minerals, I posted a video on that today. So we're going to continue to have a positive community, and there's thousands of stocks out there. We can't all research thousands of stocks, but if we come together and get some ideas and then do our own research after we get some of these stock tickers, it can help out. Only been on TikTok 3 weeks and you're pretty awesome. Thank you so much. So we just have to think about that. We got to come together as investors. I'm trying to think of better ways to do that. And we got to just hope for the best. Friday was a little rough for us, I know, but it's a good learning lesson for everybody. You just have to hold strong on the stocks that you love. So yeah, we'll be back if you guys want to tune in tomorrow, probably around 9 or so. We'll see. Thank you so much, guys. Let's have a great time tonight. It's Saturday night, and I'm going to get some rest. I had a busy week in Denver, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to give you guys all a second to follow if you don't already. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good night, guys. Thank you for the 25K. Thank you so much.